So you basically flow with them. You don't go with your agendas. And that is the whole thing. Like, you can't sit in Delhi and make a project proposal for a village in Rajasthan. So you go there and see what is happening when, and you start taking up those issues. Like, I went in a typical development project mindset. My organization, Seva Mandir, was doing literacy. Now, why the hell we were doing literacy, we don't know. But we thought that if we are literate, they should also be literate. Why? Why should they be literate? They don't have food to eat, they don't have water. And they should, first thing will be literacy. Why would we not think that first thing should be income, first enough education, etc. Anyway, so I go there, and for 6 months I try to start a literacy project. People say yes, yes, yes. They don't turn up. And finally, after 6 months, when I lose my temper, they said, you are so bloody blind. Don't you see that this village hasn't had water for the last 2 years? There is the worst drought of Rajasthan. And you come here every day and you say, we will give you money to make a literacy center. Woman, if we want to read, we can sit under a tree. Why do we want? So I said, why did you keep saying yes, yes, yes? She said, you people come, we don't know which officer's daughter you are. Are you writing a paper for something? You have your own project. So normally you people come for 5-6 months and you disappear. So we get rid of you without getting into trouble. But you bloody not going anywhere. So we have to tell you. So I said, what would you like? They said, we would like to have a well, for God's sake, and not a literacy center. So I had made a project proposal for a literacy center for 10,000 rupees and had approached Oxfam. Oxfam had sanctioned. So I wrote to Oxfam, sorry, we can't do literacy center. We, instead of going up into a center, we like to go down into a well.
Dig a well.
Dig a well. So they agreed. So a whole project, the next 4 years, I only worked on wells. So you see, this is the process. You go with something, and if you're willing to learn and willing to be lectured by them, then you start with that. And then they say, oh, there is a well in that village which still has water, but that's a Brahmin well. So you say, acha, sala, India, it's the independent India with no chua-chut, no untouchability, illegal. And there they can't go and get that water. Then they teach you that, listen, this well of ours is not as deep as the well half a kilometer away of that rich fellow. And they are interconnected, the water. And he has a pump. He will suck away all our water. So from one thing to this, so you learn about caste, then you learn about class. The fellow with more money goes down. And then you find out that the government has a scheme, because there is a drought, government has a scheme to deepen wells. But all the wells identified by the government are of the upper caste. So this is how you learn. This is how you learn your Marxism, which I had done in my university without understanding. I went to one of the worst schools and colleges, and I had no understanding of what I was studying, and passing and moving on. That's where I said, oh my God, this is what class is. Oh my God, this is what caste is. And this is what patriarchy is. Being beaten, alcoholism. So they're all there. You don't have, they're all connected. But what we development types do, my project is water. I talk only of water, I don't talk of caste. My project is caste, I don't talk of water. Mine is literacy. We divide up people into these sectors. And after 2-3 years, we say, okay, how many government departments are working? There are about 15 government departments working in the same area. One dealing only with agriculture, one dealing only with health, one dealing with education, one dealing with this. But people's lives are not divided into these. It's one life. And they need to be interconnected. So this is how each one of us learned.